There we go. Okay, cool. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stand. What are we doing? Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do my puzzle. There we go. So when I have this, hello, hello. When I have this, share this tab. Okay, what are we doing? So we got this, this, group to here. Okay, and then we did this to this. Okay, cool. So what are we doing? We are going to be reading the abacus. This is what we're doing. So when I look at it, I have my hundreds. Let's see, I have my hundreds. There we go. I have my hundreds. When I have my hundreds, I have, oh, maybe I should darken it up a little bit. Make it a little bit like this. Hello, hello. What are we doing? Oh, that's too much. Okay, sorry. Okay, what are we doing? So I have my hundreds, ones, tens, hundreds. What are we looking at? We're looking at beads. These are the beads. These are all the lower beads of the abacus. This is the top bead, and this is the lower bead. This is a horizontal bar. When the beads move to the horizontal bar like this is what's being counted. So when we're looking, we want to do this number. This number is 2. How do I know? Because it's 2 beads. That's all it is, 2 beads. When I have this is 1 bead. So we have this as my 1 bead. Now this is kind of interesting. This has 1 bead on top and 2 beads on the bottom. So 1 bead on top and 2 beads on the bottom. Now how do we read this? This is the ones, the tens, the hundreds. So when we're looking, this is the ones, this is 7, 5, 6, 7, and then this is 1. So this is 10, this is 17. When we put it together with the hundreds, now we have 217. When we're looking, my number is 217. So that's what it looks like. It looks like that. 217. 217. Every column has a number, so every column is labeled. So when we have ones, tens, hundreds, it will take me to this box over here, and I'm going to go over here, and this number is what? When we're looking, and I try to line it up with this column, right, and this number. So let's see. Okay, good. When we have it, hello everybody, welcome. Hey, Cloak Wheel. Welcome, good morning. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I have my little bottles of stuff. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have our ones, our tens, our hundreds. When we look at it, we have this number, so it looks like it's all of this. Hundreds, tens, and ones. This is 1 on top, 2 on the bottom, and then this one is 2 on the bottom. What are we looking at? Okay, well, when we read it, we have 2, 1, 2. This is 7, 5, 6, 7, and this is 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Together we have 972. Hello, Alexis. Good morning. Hey, good morning, Miracles. Deja vu. Okay. So our number is, what number do we have? We have 972. We have 972. So when we're looking, we have 972. That's what 972 looks like. So we have 972. Just as we write it, 972. When we have this, we have this number. So when we're looking at this abacus, when we're looking at this box, what do we have? We have, this is hundreds, right? We have our hundreds. Let me see if I can. You are loved. Thank you, Heather. I made sure I logged in early, Miracles. That's funny. I was like, I gotta get out of bed. What do I usually, thank you so much for the question, Junior. Usually I try to start the children. I'm trying to start the children young. I actually made an abacus for preschoolers, because I was thinking that that's what I was going to do, but apparently I'm going to do abacus for everybody. But what I did was I started a book, this book that I have. It's available in the TikTok shop. And what I did is we talk about the numbers and we talk about how it correlates to the abacus, so they understand that when you do a correlation, this is the one dinosaur, then we have to write the number one, and then we have to find the number the abacus. Does that make sense? So when we're looking, like, this is four, right? Four dinosaurs. We have to count 1, 2, 3, 4. So, and then we would write the number four, and we have to find the four. So what I try to do here is, this is what we call bead recognition, number recognition, right? Math recognition, and then this one is pixel art. There are instructions, there's instructions, right? Where you have the number one, you write the number one, and you trace it. And then this is like, find the circle, find the number one. And then I have little activities, and that's like lesson one, and then this is lesson two. Lesson two talks about 5 to 9, and it's again the same thing. Find the answer, find the number, and so forth. And we keep going. If you're looking for a book for children, I was thinking it'd be ages 3, 4, and 5. 6, I don't know. 6 is a little 6 is a little bit too old for this book. So if it's any consolation, what I would do is I would introduce them to the how to read the abacus, and that's what we're doing right now. And then after that, they would go into understanding how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. So how old is the only book you have for that age right now? No, I mean, you could. How old is the child, if I can ask? Junior? Oh, that's wrong. There we go. You could start them off on this one, which is what we're doing right now. And this is about 2-digit numbers. Understanding how to read the numbers, right? And once you know how to read the numbers, it's really easy afterwards. But this is the book where you just follow the puzzle. And then, oh, good, Miracles, get your abacus. And so if you look, it's about bead recognition. Does that make sense, Junior? How old is your child, or if you're looking for adult books? I'm in the process of making adult books, but I'm also, it's just a bunch. I have a whole list of things that I need to publish. I just need time to do it. All right. What are we doing? We're going to do this number. Now, if we have our tens, we have our hundreds, we have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. So when we're looking, we have what? We have this number, which is the top bead. We have this number, which is great stuff. Thank you, Junior. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hopefully it works well for you. I do have, if you're interested, I am available. I don't have it in my shop right now, but I do have it here, and I have a bunch of books. Hello, my name is Lynette. I teach Abacus. I've been teaching Abacus for 20 years, and now I'm creating workbooks and worksheets and courses how to use the Abacus. You can find my stuff here. My name is Lynette. Hello. If you have any questions about the abacus, I am here to answer all abacus questions, any abacus questions, just to get it out the door. Now, this I believe is the forgotten tool, and this forgotten tool is really quite powerful. What we can do is after we finish how to count, we can do some adding, subtracting, multiplication. We can do multiplication and we can do division. But the first thing we need to do is understand how to read the abacus. After we read the abacus, we're going to learn how to move the abacus, do the addition, subtraction. If we have time, we'll do multiplication. If we have time, or depending on how the class is, we can actually do some division. But it all depends. The first thing is to understand the very basics, and to understand the fundamentals. What we need to do is understand the fundamentals, right? What is the abacus used for? Usually it's for counting. It's for you could do adding, subtraction, multiplication, division. Hello. Good morning, Andrea. So, usually abacus is introduced to children, right? But as I've been showing up on live, a lot of adults are really interested in it. And I was thinking, it's actually really comparable to Sudoku. Oh, I should write that down. So the abacus is comparable to Sudoku, comparable to word searches. So what do we do? I need to find a number. Okay, yeah. So we can do Sudoku, right? Sudoku. Sudoku is like what? Brain gymnastics, right? We could do crossword puzzles, jigsaw puzzles, right? Jigsaw puzzles. What else? Word searches. And I want to clump it in, and we talk about abacus. There you go. So, maybe I'll rewrite it because it doesn't look so good. But anyways, so it's very comparable to that because why? We're starting to critically think about when we do the numbers. So we can add, subtract, multiply, and divide. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to read the abacus. So the first thing we're going to do is understand we have our ones, our tens, our hundreds. We have this number, which was this. We have the top bead. The top bead is a value of 5. So this is 5. And then we have 2. 1, 2. So what number do we think this is? We have 5s and 10. We have our 10s and 1s. This will be 52. When we're looking, we have to find the path. It says 52. There's 52. 52 looks like that. That's what 52 looks like. 5 and a 2. What else? So we're now here. We're moving around the maze. And what we're doing is we're understanding how to read the abacus while we go through the maze. We have our hundreds. This is my hundreds. If I have these 2 beads, this is my hundreds. I have these 2 beads. This is my tens. And then I have these 3 beads, right? The top bead and the 2 bottom beads. When we're looking, we have hundreds, we have tens, and we have ones. When we have 5, 6. So what number is this? And then this number is what? 2. 1, 2. And then we have this number, 5, 6, 7. So we have, what number do we have here? Anybody let me know? Can anybody put it in the comment what number we think this is? So if we have, this number is the hundreds, we have the tens, and then we have the ones. What number? Thank you, Jive. Haha, turkey. That's funny. Jive, turkey. Yes, thank you. 621. So thank you so much for the comment. So we have 621. We have 621. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Kelly. Now from here, because we have our answer, we're going to move through the path and it will take us to here. So we have our question. We have our hundreds. We have our tens. And then we have our ones. What number do we have? If this is 5, this is 6, 7, we know this number, right? Because we just can count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have this number. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hey, David. Not quite. Oh, not quite. Because how do we figure that out? This is actually 7. So your number that you have, David, is 203. 203. That's what that would look like. But that's not what we have. We actually have 749. 5, 6, 7, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 749. Thank you, Miracles. Yes, 749. How's that? Maybe that's better. Okay, great. 749. So what we're going to do is we're going to find our 749. That's what it looks like. 749. 749. Takes me to the next box. I love math. I don't want to break the bell curve. It's fine. Ask your questions. Let me know what your questions is about abacus. It has to be abacus. You can ask questions, but it can be abacus. It has to be abacus based. It has to be math based. All right. So we have our hundreds, our tens, our ones. Let me know what your question is. We have hundreds, tens, and then we have our ones. Yes. Thank you, Jose. Yes. Almost, Oren. Almost. Because why? We have our 5, 6, 7. Yes, thank you. We have 0, just as we said, 0. And then we have 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 708. Exactly. Thank you. We have the top bead and the bottom bead. 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7, 8. Great. Good. 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 So our answer is 708. And we're going to follow the path and we're going to take us to here. When we take us to here, now what are we going to do? We're going to read it. When we read it, we're going to do hundreds, tens, and our ones. So when I look 5, 6, 7, we have our 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What number do we have? Oh, thank you, Miracles. Thank you, Oren. Thank you, Jose. Yes, 117. 719. Almost, ye are. 714 would look like this. 5, 6, 7, 1, and then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. In our question, we actually have a 9, if that makes sense. So we have to remember that there's always going to be a top beat at the if the top beat is touching the horizontal bar, we have to count that. This is really interesting. Good. So this is 17, right? 719. Thank you, Jive. Yes, I've never used Abacus. This is so interesting. Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm so happy. I enjoy teaching Abacus. Miracles will let you know. I get really passionate, and I can count really well. Okay, what do we have? We have hundreds, and then what? And then we have our tens, and we have our... Yes, thank you. We have 6, 7, 9. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, thank you, everybody. Thank you. 679. Thank you, Jose, Oren, and Tim. Yes, thank you, Yi Yar. Yes, exactly, right? 679. And then we have that. Oh, that's what it is. And then we're just about the end. We're about the end. Okay. What is our final answer? Sorry, I bought 2 of them since becoming an Abacus student. Yeah, that's so funny. It's so, miracles. It's amazing. It's amazing that you found it. It's amazing that you found it. So we have our hundreds. We have our hundreds. We have our tens. And we have our ones. Thank you. Thank you, Jive. Thank you, Oren. Thank you, Jose. Thank you, Tim. Yes. Thank you, Yi Yar. Yes, I'm confused. I've only been here for a minute. Well, Techie, alignment is interesting in energy. Alignment to interest and energy. Yeah, right? All right. So how do I know? Thank you. So we have hundreds, which is 1. We have 1 beat here. This is 1. This is 2. How do I know it's 2? Because it's only 2 beats. 1, 2. And then we have 1 here. 1 beat. So this is 121. Whoa! Stick around. It'll make sense. Right, Jive? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay. What? Okay. Did I not do this? Oh, I did. Okay. So how are we doing? We want to do another one? Or do we want to go on? Because I'm done. I'm so done. We can do some adding and subtracting. Let's do some adding and subtracting. Thank you. Thank you, Yar. Okay. Let's do some simple adding and subtracting. Maybe those people that come in will understand. Yeah? Let's do it. Okay. So what are we going to do? We're going to do some simple adding and subtracting. What does that mean? Well, what... Not a problem, Matt. Hey, Mad Dog. Welcome. Okay. What are we doing? We're going to be learning how to do some moving of the beats. So the next thing is we understood how to read the abacus. For those of you that was in the beginning, we will understand how to read the abacus. Now what we're going to do is we're going to understand how to move the abacus. Let's go. Preschool. Yeah, right? We all got to know our fundamentals. And if you guys can just bear with me.
Now open your mind to me, please. Open your mind.
If you can just bear with me with the fundamentals, this will be super easy. Super easy. Why? Because we're big people. But what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the fundamentals and I'll show you how to scale it. But if you just stick with me, we will get through it. But please keep your mind open. Open. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is understand when we are looking at the abacus, there's these ridges. These ridges will help you understand to move the beads. No matter how big and burly your hands are, you should be able to just use the tips of your fingers and to move the edges of the beads, right? So this is actually a standard size abacus. This abacus is the same size as all the other abacus. It's just very colorful. This is a Japanese abacus. Notice it's the same size. This is a 13-column abacus. This 13-column abacus is available... is available in my TikTok shop. It is over here. Okay. What's the difference? The difference is that size matters. Okay. Why? Because this just means more numbers. This one is a 7-column abacus. This is a 7-column abacus, and if you look, I can only go up to 10,000 if I choose to, right? Ones, tens, 100,000, 10,000. However, if over here, because I have more columns, I have more numbers. So when I line it up, right? What am I trying to do? Well, if you notice, I have this dot indicator, just like a Pokemon.
Pokemon, I choose you!
You have to choose one of these dots, right? Just like a Pokemon, you have to choose one of these dots. So if I choose this one, then I have all of these numbers. And if you notice, they're grouped. They're grouped into numbers. They're grouped. There's a group separation. So I know if this is my ones, my thousands, my millions, my billion, and my trillions. Notice that that's where the commas are. So the commas is what helps us break it up, and it's easier to see, right? Because now we have a label. Every column, every group separator is a specific label. We go by that, right? We go by thousands, we go by millions, we go by billions. If you choose...
Okay, Charizard, I choose you!
If I choose this one, then I have this one, right? I have my ones, my tens, my hundreds, my thousands, my 10,000. If I choose this one, then I move everything over like this. I have my ones and my tens. And then I have no more room for thousands. Does that make sense? So it all depends on the amount of columns. That's why size matters. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Dirty. So, okay, so the other thing we're going to do is understand that when we have our number, right, we don't want to flick. There we go. We don't want to flick. Why? Because the answers becomes wrong.
And flick. Oh, you flick too hard, damn it!
We don't want to flick, right? What we want to do is move with intention. So if I have my question here, you want to move with intention. That would be it. So we add the 3. When we look at it, we want to add the 3. And notice when I did it, right, because you can't see it, but I'm going to show you. When I want to add the 3, I'm doing this, right? When I'm moving the beads, I'm using the edges. I'm not using the whole thing, right? I'm thinking Charizard is bigger, right? I don't know why Charizard is bigger than Pikachu, but everybody loves Charizard. My kids love Charizard. I don't know. There's another person that comes on that is in the live, and he loves Charizard, and I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know Pokemon. I only know those numbers. I only know those quotes. All right. So if you look, I'm doing this. I'm using the edge of the bead. Okay. When we're doing it, we want to be gentle when we're doing the abacus. We don't want to be aggressive. We want to be happy. We want to be happy when we do abacus. We want to be happy when we do math. Okay, so that's about moving the beads and understanding that it doesn't matter how big your hands are, you should be able to move it. All right, so what's going to happen? Well, what will happen is we have this thing. We have numbers. We want to add numbers, Lynette. Come on. Done. I'm done. Okay. When in Abacus World we do math, we focus in on the add-in. This is the add-in. We focus on the process. What we want to do, and this is really a really good book that I started reading. It's called The Toyota Way. And the Toyota Way is talking about how the Japanese has become very efficient. And what they do is they are process oriented, and that's what we need to do. We need to be process oriented. However, in mainstream, they are result oriented, and that's not where we want to go. Why? Because we don't need to know what the result is. We need to know how to get there. We want to know the path. We want to know the life. It's all about the journey of abacus. It's all about the journey of life. We want to know how are we doing it. So here's my question. I have 5. I have 5 on my abacus. I want to add the 1. Can I add the 1? Yes, I can add the 1, and my final answer is now 6. So what I want to do is I want to focus in on the add-in. When we focus on the add-in, like this number, I want to know, can I add the 1? If I have 7, can I add the 1? Yes, I can add the 1. There will be certain scenarios when you cannot. But right now, we're going to understand how to move the beads and understand the fundamentals. So my final answer is 8, right? We had 7, and then we add the 1, and now it's 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. We have this number. We're going to add the 2. When we add the 2, what are we going to do? We have 5 on our abacus. When we add the 5, miracles, are you following? We have 5 on our abacus. When we want to add the 2, can we add it? Yes, we can. Yes, we can add the 2. So our final answer is 7. And it's exactly the same. So what we do is we go through the whole book. Not the whole book. We go through the questions and we go through the different scenarios. If I have the 5, I want to add the 3. Can I do it? Yes, I can add the 2. Yes, I'm moving my beads, right? Good. But it's all about movement and seeing it and recognizing it. Yes. So all the top beads Yes, is 5. The top beat has a value of 5. Yes, exactly, Techie. Thank you. See? Easy, right? If you sit around a little bit, it's easy to understand. Okay? So when we look at it, like, let's do a review. If I do 1 penny, 1. If I do 2 pennies, that's 2. If I do 3, this is 3. If I do 4, this is 4. When I take it away the 5, right? 5. This is a nickel. This nickel is 5 cents because it's 5 cents, right? And then we're going back. We have 1, so that's 6, right? 5, 6. And then 7, 7, 5, 6, 7. We have 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8. And then 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's it. Cool. All right. So then what's happens? What's next? Well, oh, so this one is, right. We add the 5, we add the 3. We know that this is 8. We know that this is 8 because we can supertize. Supertizing means that when you look at it, you don't need to count it. However, you could do it in mainstream math and you can start counting. I know how to count really well with 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a little different. It's just a little different. But in Abacus, it's easier to supertize because then if I did 8, I could do 80, I could do 800, I have 8,000, and then 80,000. All right. What do we have? What's 4? 4 is easy because why? There's only 2 numbers. There's only 2 questions with 4. You can add the 4, which is 0, right? Or we can add the 5. Add the 5 plus the 4. Notice when I add, I go to the horizontal bar. When I subtract, I go away from the horizontal bar. So what we just did is we understand that when we add, we go to the horizontal bar. When we subtract, we go away from the horizontal bar. So we notice that when we add and subtract, it's just the opposite. And it's really kind of interesting. Because in Abacus world, if you know how to add, you know how to subtract. In mainstream world, they give you different strategies to add and different strategies to subtract, which is confusing, but it is what it is. So that's why I'm here, and I'm going to show you how easy Abacus is. The only thing is we just need to understand how to read the Abacus. We have 3. I'm going to add 3. When I want to take away the 1, can I take away the 1? Yes, I'm going to take away the 1. That's all I do is just take away the 1. Easy, right? Easy. So my final answer is 2. When we're looking at it again, I'm just going to start jumping numbers because we're starting to get the idea. Now you see number patterns. You know when you add the 3, you take away the 3. If I have 8, that's the question. If I have 8, I want to take away the 3. When I take away the 3, that's what I'm going to do. I don't need to count it. You can if you want to, but you don't need to. 1, 2, 3. I need to take away the 3. Does that make sense? So what we're doing is we're understanding how to supertize and move the beads. Same thing with the 5. Again, what we're doing is we're focusing on the added. We need to understand our added. We need to understand the number that we're adding it to. Can we do it is always the big question, right? So we have 3. We're adding the 3. And we add the 5. Can we add the 5? Yes, we can add the 5. We just need to add the 5. We subtract the 5 is minus the 5. So we do the opposite. We add the 5, we take away the 5. Anything you go to the horizontal bar, that's adding. Away from the horizontal bar, that's subtracting. So my final answer is 3. And then we do 6. What? Come on, Lynette, let's keep going. We are going to keep going. We're going to keep going because we want to know and we want to understand. Crocheting. Ethan, you're so funny. Crocheting while listening again. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. I'm so happy that I am part of your hobby. Thank you, Ethan. Thank you for joining us. Okay. So we have 1, we have 1. We want to add the 6, we add the 6. Now I'm going to be a big person, I'm going to add 6. To add the 6 is these 2 beads. 1 top bead, 1 bottom bead. How do I know? Because we've done it before, right? We know that this is 6. But now it doesn't matter what number at the bottom is 6. If I had 2 and I want to add the 6, I'm just adding 1 bead on top and 1 bead on the bottom, and we bring it together. That's all we're doing, right? That's all we're doing. So we add the 6, take away the 6. Add the 6, take away the 6. And then we talk about number patterns. And it's the same thing with the 7. We add the 1 and we have 7. And then we take away the 7. Add the 7, take away the 7. And that's it. And then we have 8. And then notice we have 8. And then add the 8. I'm sorry. 1, add the 8, take away the 8. And that's it. And then we did the subtraction. We did the subtraction. Okay. Anybody have any questions? What are we doing? What are we doing? We got to do it. There's more. There's more. There's more than just this. We got it. We're big people. We want to do more. All right. So that was this book. We're going to go on to the next book. what I'm showing you is a progression of learning the abacus. The first thing we do is we understand how to read the abacus, and then after that we know how to move the abacus. After we move the abacus, then we go into understanding how to use formulas. What does these formulas mean? Well, these formulas is this concept that we're trying to teach the kids. We're teaching the kids how to make the 5. However, what we're going to do is we're going to power up our addition sentence. That's what we're going to do. What? Why? Because you're going to see the beads on my 13 feel clay, possibly clay. If your beads are clay, then you have to be careful because clay will break. So you cannot flick too hard. So what are we doing? So here's the question. The question is 2. When we notice, remember, I want to add the 2. I add the 2. There we go. We're fine. But the problem is what? I want to add the 4. There's not enough beads to add the 4. Okay, now what? Well, this is where this concept, how to make a 5. Why? Because I want to be able to utilize this 5. If I have 2 on my abacus, I have 2 cents. I have 2 cents on my abacus. I want to add the 5, but guess what? I have 5 cents. I have enough, but I have it in a 5-cent form. So what's going to happen is I'm going to give you my 5 cents, but I need to add the 4. Adding 5 is too much. I need to take away the 1. So my final answer is 6. I could show you again on my abacus. I'm going to give you the 5, but I'm going to take away the 1. And so my final answer is now 6. That's what I did. So what are we doing? What we're doing is we're understanding this concept, and we're going to do some...
You need modification! Modify!
We can do it again. This is not a separate concept. This is the same concept, but in a different way, right? So if I have 3, I have 3 on my abacus. I have 3 pennies. If I have 3 pennies, 3 on my abacus, I need to add the 4. Remember, this is about adding the add-in. We want to focus on the add-in. We want to focus on the second number. I'm going to give you my 5 cents because that's all I have. I have enough, but that's all I have. So what am I going to do? I'm going to give you my 5, but that's too much. I need change back. I need 1 penny. 1 penny back. I can show you on the abacus. I give you the 5 cents, but then I need to take away the 1 penny. So my final answer is 7. Thank you, Sophie, for the rose. Does that make sense? So what am I doing? I'm just going to say it's like making change. Exactly. It is making change, right? And so now we don't need to count like a whole bunch of things, right? We don't need to be like 4 plus 4 plus 4, right? What we're doing is we're being restricted by the abacus, but because we're restricted by the abacus, it makes it a little bit easier, right? They talk about what? Sometimes being strict, you know your freedom. And so now, instead of having an empty blank page, right? Instead of having a completely blank page and not knowing what to do, we have restrictions. And that's the interesting part. Oh, that's not it. Where's my... I need a blank page. I don't have a blank page. Okay. I'll just use this. Okay. So it's just like having a blank page, right? You know, when we're writing an essay, it's hard to write from a blank page. So what we're doing is we have some constraints. Because we have some constraints, we know how to move it. So if I have 4 on the abacus, I have 4 on the abacus. There's my 4. And what I want to do is I want to add 4. But because I want to add the 4, I don't have enough. I have this 5 cents. Because I have 5 cents, that's more than enough. I'll give you my 5 cents, but guess what? I'm going to need change back. So I take my change, and my final answer is 8. I can do it again on the abacus. I want to give you my 5, but you have to take away the 1. And so if you notice, now we understand that there's a pair, right? 4 and 1 is a pair. What does that mean? Well, then we start going into understanding our formulas. I'm like losing my mind. What happened to my book? Oh, here it is, right? So what did we just do? Right? What we just did is we just did modification. We took this concept, we isolate the variable. This is my variable. The 4 is my variable. My add-in is my variable, right? My add-in is with a 4. So what we did is we took this number and we moved it to the other side. right? We took this and move it to the other side. We want to balance the equation. So if I have 4, this is my 4, right? 4 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 1. So then what we do is we substituted this information to here. So again, what I did was I'm going to substitute. I'm going to put in the 5, but I need to take away the 1. And that's what I did, take away the 1. Yeah, we could do it again. We could do it again with the 3. What? Yeah, so we could do it again with the 3. Let me show you. So here we have 3. Again, we're not going to memorize our doubles. What we're going to do is we're going to understand the concept. The concept is what? The concept is we have 3 on the abacus. We have 3 on the abacus. 1, 2, 3. We have 1, 2, 3, right? And then what are we going to do? Well, we have 5 cents. I have a nickel. I have 5 cents. I'm going to give you my 5 cents, but that's too much. So what am I going to do? I need to get change back. I need 2. I could show you again on the abacus. So if I give you the 5, I need to take away the 2. So my final answer is now, what number is this? Anybody answer? Let's see who's following. So what number do we have on the abacus? Right? So now we know how to read the abacus. What we're doing is we're understanding how to move and utilize, thank you, miracles. It is 6. Thank you, Neva. Neva, Tabitha, thank you. Right? This is 6. Thank you, M. So that's what 6 is. So we can do it again. We'll do 4. We do 4 on the abacus, right? And we want to do 3. 3 is too much. I'm sorry, 5 is too much. So I need to change back. I need 2. So my final answer is now, what's my final answer? So if I can do it again on the abacus, if I have 4 on the abacus, I'm going to add my 5, but 5 is too much, so what do I do? Thank you, Neva. Take away the 2. So my final answer is now 7. Thank you, M. Thank you, M. Right? Does that make sense? We can do it again. But then as we go through, you'll start seeing that there's not very many numbers. There's not very many questions you can do with the 2. With the 2, we have 3, right? 3 on my abacus. 3 on my abacus. And then we add the 5. That's too much. So what do we do? Because I'm trying to change this, I'm trying to use this, right? I'm trying to use the 5 to the 2, but that's too much. I need to take away the 3. So it's the same thing. I'm going to add the 5. I'm going to take away the 3. Woo! Right? Does that make sense? We could do it again with the 4. Right? There's not too many questions with the 2 because 2 is a smaller number. So we have 2. I'm sorry, we have 4. Because we have 4, what are we going to do? We're going to add the 2. When we add the 2, what happens? We have this nickel. Because we have this nickel, I'm going to give you my nickel, but I need change back. So I'm going to take away the 3. So my final answer is now 6. How are we doing? I'm going to do it again on the abacus. We have 5, and then we take away the 3. And my final answer is now 6. Cool. All right. So we did some preschool. We did that. We did that. Okay. How are we doing? Are we all right? This is too easy. You know what? You know what? Oh, here it is. I can show you how it scales. So now I can show you a little bit how it scales. What does that mean? Now we can do big numbers. Now we can do big numbers. When we do big numbers, because we're big people. Oh, it's right here. Let's start with our big number. We have our big number, which is 2. 283. And then what are we going to do? We're going to add the 511. You could do what? Mainstream math, they talk about friendly numbers. You could do that if you wanted to. But in Abacus, we just look at it. All we got to do is look at it. Can we add the 5? Okay, so if I have the 2, can I add the 5? Can I add the 5?
Yes, we can.
Yes, I can add the 5. And then I'm going to add the 1, and I add another 1. That's it. That's it. Because I know how to read the abacus. I know how many beads I have left over. So what happens is what? We have 794. And that's my answer, 794. Now we can do it again. We know this, right? We have 26. 26. Again, you could do friendly numbers, or we can look at the abacus and we can figure out what we have. When we look at it, we want to add the 3. When we add the 3, what do? We remember what? We remember how to add the 3. To add the 3, do you remember how to add the 3? What is the formula how to add the 3? Anybody remember? Bueller. Bueller, how do we add the 3? When we add the 3 is what? 3 is equal to plus the 5 minus 2, right? So what are we going to do? We're going to plus the 5 minus the 2. And then can we add the 2? Yes, we can add the 2. So we add the 2. So my final answer is, thank you, miracles. My final answer is 50 8. My answer is 58, right? So what did we just did? What we did is we understood our fundamentals. We understood the fundamentals of how to add the 3 and the 4. And then we're able to scale it. We could do it again. Wow, it's a big number. It's not so big. It's not so big when you break it down because Abacus makes it into manageable chunks. We have 13,578. And then what are we going to do? We're going to add 20. We're going to add 20,000. Can we add the 2? Yes. We're going to add the 2. Can I add the 4? Yes. We can add the 4s. Understanding the fact families. Yes, exactly. Understanding your fact families. And then what we're doing is we're solidifying it. That's what we're doing. We're solidifying our fact families. So we want to add the 4. When we add the 4, what are we going to do? Plus the 5 minus the 1. So we're going to plus the 5, take away the 1. Can I add the 3? Yes, I can add the 3. Can I add the 1? Yes, can I add the 1? And then can I add another 1? Yes, I can add another 1. My final answer is 36,889. Make sense? So what did I just do? I just made it scalable. Oh, right? How are we doing? We're all right? Make sense? So now it's scalable. It's so confusing, Alex. Alex, it's confusing. Okay. That's probably because you just came in, isn't it? You went too fast. Oh, okay. So, let's go again. Thank you, Pancho. That's more specific. Now I can tell. Now I know. Because I know I talk fast, and thank you. So, 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 3. 1, 2, 3, 5. This is the 5, right? This is the 5, and now we have 7. 5, 6, 7, and we have 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean 37. What? Sorry. Techie, I don't know if it was a question. If it was filtered. Okay. So what are we going to do? We're going to add the 2, right? Can we add the 2? So, is this specific Abacus limited? Yes. Yes, Tabitha. Yes, you're absolutely right. However, you could do this one, which is a 13-column one. And a 13-column one, you have 13 columns. So you can go all the way to trillions. So every abacus is very specific, right? If it's 13 columns, you only have so many columns. Yes, exactly. That's a very good question. So my question is now what? Hey, Mel, I have 2. I want to add the 2. This is the 2 I want to add. I want to add 2. Can I add the 2? Okay, I'm going to have to ask Pancho and... Oh, somebody said it. Thank you for sharing the live, right? Yes, can we do it? Yes. Alex, does that make sense? Can we add the 2? I don't know if Alex is still here. Thank you, E. Thank you, Bill. Yes, thank you, Sid. So here's my next question. Can I add the 4? I don't know if you guys started. When I add the 4, what's going to do? I cannot add the 4. So I'm going to go back to my change because it makes more sense. We have this formula, and I don't know when everybody joined, but we have this formula, how to add the 5. When we had to add the 5, what are we going to do? Thank you, Alex. Thank you so much, right? You can't do it. So we have this concept when we add the 4. What we're going to do is we're going to add the 5. Where's my nickels? My coins. Okay, good. So let me go back and let me do a little review. I'm gonna have the 3. I have the 3. When I have 3 on my abacus, right? The 3 is right here. I'm gonna add the 3. This is what I'm doing. I'm adding this 3 right here. So when I'm adding the 3, I don't have enough, but guess what? I have this nickel. I have this 5 cents. Because I have this 5 cents, what I'm gonna do? I can use my nickel. I can use my 5 cents. Maybe I should move it up here. I can use my 5 cents, right? Because I have 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I have 4. I need to add the 4. I'm looking at my add and I need to add the 4. To add the 4, I need to add, I'm going to add the 5. Thank you, Tabitha. Yes, thank you, right? I'm going to add the 5, but that's too much because I need to add the 4. I need to take away the 1. I'm going to give back change. So what's going to happen is I'm going to show you on the abacus. I'm going to add the 5, which is my nickel, but that's too much. I need to take away the 1. So my final answer, so I'm still going. So then the next question is 3. 5 plus 3. Can I add the 3? Yes or no? Pancho, can I add the 3? Alex, can I add the 3? Can I add the 3 to 5? Yes, thank you, Mel. I'm going to add the 3, right? Mo, yes, thank you. So here is 7. 5, 6, 7. Can I add the 1? Yes, I can add the 1. And then what? I want to add the 8. I have my question, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Can I add the 1? Yes or no? Yes, I can add the 1. So then my final answer is 37,889. Does that make sense? So what we're doing is we're understanding, 1, how to read the beads, but 2, also utilizing the formulas. When we do the formulas, now I can show you how it's scalable. Thank you, Miracles. Thank you, Miracles. Right, Mel? Does that make... Okay, good. Okay, good. I'm happy. Right? But yeah, thank you for letting me know that I'm talking too fast. Because I know I talk too fast because why? This is Abacus and it's the greatest thing next to sliced bread. I love Abacus. And yes, let me know when I talk too fast and I can slow it down. Not a problem, right? Makes sense. So what did we just do? We just did something scalable. Do you always go from left to right? I do. You could go the other way. As long as you're flexible, as long as you know where your columns are. The biggest thing is understanding where your columns are. It just depends. I do because I've been doing it for 20 years, right? I've been teaching Abacus for 20 years. I'm very used to going from left to right. I know mainstream math goes right to left. You could do it the other way. Let's do it the other way. We could do it the other way. We have, let's do it the other way. We have 8, 7, 5, 3, 1. We could do it. We add the 1, add the 1, add the 1, add the other 1, add the 3, add the 3. Add the 4 plus the 5 minus the 1, and then add the 2. Add the 2. Not a problem. Hello, Kimber. Welcome back. I appreciate you showing one problem deeply and not jumping around. Ah, that's funny, Miracles. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that too. I'm trying to. I'm trying to. But it's one of those things, right? Like, it's one of those things, like, it's just, I'm just so excited. Ah, thank you. No, not a problem, right? You could do it again. You could do it again. Let's do it again, right? We could go from left to right. We have 3, 8, 2. And then what are we going to do? We're going to add the 1. We add the 1. We add the 5. That's it. Yep. And we do it again. We're going to do it again. Okay? 6, 2. And then what? We have 2. And then we have 3. Can't add the 3. Why? There's not enough beads to add the 3. So what happens? We add the 3 is what? We have 2. We have 2 on the abacus. We add 3. When we add the 3, what are we going to do? We have 5. We have 5 cents. But I need change back, so I need to take away the 2. If I have 5, I can show you on the abacus. I add the 5, and I take away the 2. So my final answer is, hey, Babble. Does one column ever affect? Yes, it does, Mad Dog. It's when we start doing the plus 10s. Yes, the blue bead is always the 5. Yes, thank you, Bapple. Yes, Bapple, welcome. Good morning, Bapple. It's been a while. What happens when you go over 10? Whoa. Oh, can we put a pin in that? Why? Because I want to do subtraction? No, you know what? We can go straight into adding. Let's go straight into adding. That's fine. That's fine. We don't need to minus the 5 because it's the same. We'll go minus 5 in a little bit, but we'll do the plus 10. So what does that mean? Well, that's the thing, right? In Abacus world, we call it plus 10. But in mainstream world, we call it what? How to make a 10. No. What do we call it in mainstream world? We say what? Borrowing, borrowing, grouping, trading, regrouping. There's all these names, right? There's all these names. Carryover. Thank you, Techie. Carryover. What else? I don't know. Okay, so what are we going to do? What we're going to do is we're going to make a 10. In Abacus world, we call it making a 10. The number we're going to do is we're going to do this book. This is the book we're going to do. Why? Why did I break it up? Because the numbers are very specific. Because the numbers are very specific, I don't want to confuse the kids. Usually I'm thinking about the kids. I was thinking that the kids are going to be 4, 5, and 6, right? So in mainstream world, I noticed that we just give them a hodgepodge. Here, just do your questions. But in Abacus world, it's very specific and it's very formulaic, and it's also a framework. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the 8. When we add the 8, if you notice, we're not going to memorize our doubles. What are we going to do? We're going to understand how to utilize our columns. We have 8. We have 8 on the abacus. Because we have 8 on the abacus, what are we going to do? We want to add the 10. I'm going to show you on my abacus. So we have our trusty coins, right? We have our trusty coins. Because we have our trusty coins, what are we going to do? We're going to have 8. We want to add another 8. To add another 8, what are we going to do? We have a 10 cents. We have 10 cents. That means it's one column, but that's too much. So I need change back. I need 2. I need 2 cents back. So what I did is now I have my answer is 16. I'm a kid at heart. too. Man, make it so much difficult. This makes kids. So what are we doing? What are we doing? What we do is we add the 10, right? But adding the 10 is too much. What we're going to do is we're going to take away the 8. We take away the 8. So my final answer is 16. Does that make sense? Was it Moe? Was it Moe? Mo. I'm sorry, Mo. Right? Does that make sense? So what do we do? Now we can start doing more. We can do 7. When we do 7, it's the same thing. Because what did we do? We did the same thing with the 5. The concept is now compounding. We have this concept, we compounded it. And as we compound everything, right, we knew how to do the 5. Now we just take it one step further. Now we can do it with the 10. So if I have 7, I have 7 on the abacus. And then we're going to add the 10. But that's too much. When I add 8, adding 10 is too much. What we're going to do is we're going to take away the 2. When we take away the 2, there we go. We add, and our final answer is 15. Danken ship. Add steps for no reason. You can continue to count. That's up to you. If you want to continue to count, that's fine. Creating an equivalent and an equivalent. Yes, exactly. Thank you so much, Miracles. Creating an equivalent value for the identified value. Yes, the variable. So now what we're doing is the variable, right? We're looking at the add-in. Now we're going to beginning steps of algebra. Because what do? We isolate the variable. We know that this is my variable, but it's known. So what we're doing is we're introducing the concepts of algebra when we do adding and subtracting. Right? So when we do, that's why I'm starting to use algebraic terms, isolate the variable. We have our variable. We know what it is. In algebra, we don't know what it is. So this is the beginning parts of algebra. So if I rewrote this in algebraic form, it's this. X plus 2 is equal to 10. Right? What do? We isolate the variable. To isolate this variable, we move this over to here. So what did we just do? Now we have an equation to solve it. And exactly, right? If I did x is equal to 10 minus 2, we know what this is. We know the known value. We know it. But this is now yeah, exactly, right? We could do it again. We could do it again with the 4. If I have 4 on the abacus, I want to add the 8, I have 10 cents. Because I have 10 cents, what am I going to do? I'm going to add, but that's too much. That's too much. What's going to happen? I take away the 2. I can show you on the abacus. If I have 4 on my abacus, right, I'm going to add the 10 plus the 10. I'm going to take away the 2. Take away the 2, right? Right? Yeah. See, that's the strange thing, right? People don't see it. But we do. In adding and subtracting in abacus world, it's the beginning parts of algebra. Yeah. And then they really solidify. It's really funny. My kids started algebra and they're like, I know this, but I don't know this. Because I never showed it this way. But they knew how to do it. They know how to substitute and they know how to find and isolate the variable. And that's the interesting thing. So Abacus does a whole lot more than just add a bunch of items together, right? You could start easy, right? You could start easy with the 1 plus 1, right? That's fine. But then it goes one step further. It takes it one step. We can do it with 9. 9 is also a very common one. We can do it with 9. When we do it with 9, what are you doing? We can do 4, right? We have 4 on the abacus. We have 4 on the abacus. I'm going to add the 9. Again, my variable, right? What are we trying to do? My variable is what? My variable is 9. We're going to isolate it. We have this number sentence. We have this addition sentence. So we add the 9 is what? Plus the 9 is equal to plus the 10 minus the 1. So what are we going to do? We're going to plus the 10. And then we have to get our change back, minus the 1. So what are we going to do? We did our variable, or our add-in. We want to plus the 10, and we want to take away the 1. And that's it. How are we doing? Any questions? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I appreciate everybody joining. And those that don't have comments. So please, when you guys come over, I love math. My daughter hates math. She needs to pass her GED. I will purchase. Oh, yay. Hey, oh. That's fantastic. Yeah. Let me know if you have any questions. But I do appreciate everybody to open your mind.
Now open your mind to me, please. Open your mind.
Poncho, just so you know, Pocho, just so you know, we only do adding, subtracting, multiplication, division on the abacus. We don't do geometry, we don't do trigonometry, we don't do calculus. We don't even do algebra. We do similar algebra stuff, but we don't do algebra, just so you know. Um, just so you know. But yeah, it's sometimes it's easier to see on the abacus, right? And it's easier to understand what's going on because we do a lot of abstract thinking with all these numbers. And I realized that in school, we always push the kids to go abstract. When doing carrying over with the large numbers, do you have to go right to left? Yes, I know. I know it. She learned the fundamentals. Okay, okay. Yeah, algebraic thing. Okay, Tabitha. When doing carrying over with large numbers, do you have to go right to left? I'm trying to think the question right to left. Yes, yes. You know what? Carrying, you know what? That's the secret. The secret is you go left to, you don't have to, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as long as you know where your columns are. It doesn't matter. See, and we're that's the funny thing about mainstream, right? The mainstream math is like you got to do it one way or the other. In abacus, as long as you're very flexible of where you're going, it doesn't matter if you go left to right or right to left. All it is just understanding how to use the numbers and how to move it. Does that make sense, Tabitha? I don't know if that's a woo woo answer. But I feel like if you're when you become solid, I can go any which way. But don't forget, I've been doing this for 20 years. Can you do left to right with a carryover? Left to right. Okay. Okay. Usually, yeah. What do I do? Usually it would be like a subtraction or something. Let me see if I can find my answers. Let me see if I can find a question. I'll find a bit. You know what? We'll do double digit. So yeah, we'll do the tens again. But yeah, it gets exciting because why? It's like it's interesting on how everything works. Okay, let me see if I can get my hold please. I need a okay. We're gonna do two digits. We're gonna do two digits. We're gonna do double digit, right? And then we'll do this one. This is simple. So we go question. I need paper. Okay. Okay, we'll do this. We'll do this. Sorry, I've got the questions. I got questions. Okay, because it's always nice that. Okay, anyways. Um. Okay, so we have 19 plus 30 plus 53, right? So this is double digit, but it works exactly the same. It all depends on the column. So we have 19, we add the 5, right? We're going to add the 5. Now when we add the 3, okay, this gets a little interesting. Why? We want to add the 3. Remember how to add the 3. Good morning, AI TikTok God. Hello. Welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You're so kind. I do appreciate it. And it's just interesting that you just go around and just thank you so much for sharing my life. Thank you. Okay, we're going to add the 3. Notice when we add the 3, we have this concept. We have a 7 plus 3 is 10. So when we're looking, let me go through my thing. We have 7 plus 3 is equal to 10. What we want to do is, oh, sorry. 3 plus 7 is 10. It's the same. Why? Because we want to isolate the variable. We want to add the 3. When we add the 3 like that, right? What are we going to do? We need to, 3 is equal to plus the 10 minus 7, right? This is a fundamental that we need to start memorizing. What's going to happen is I'm going to plus the 10 minus the 7. So 3 is equal to plus the 10 minus 7. Okay? So we're going to plus the 10. 10, remember what 10 looks like. 10 looks like this, 1 and 0. 1 and 0. Does that make sense? So this is what 10 looks like. What we're going to do is we're going to do 19 and then, okay, so we have that, right? We want to add the 10 plus the minus the 7. Add the 10, 1, 1, 0. And then we take away the 7. We take away the 7. Take away 5, take away 6, take away 7. So my final answer is what? 72. Did that make sense, Pocho? Why? Because it's this right here. This 10 is always going to be left. Did I lose everybody? Right? Does that make sense? Oh, hey, user 621. So yeah, what we just did, this is what we call carrying over. And we could do it again, right? We can do another one. We can do 16. So let's do 16. And then what? 65. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Got confused. Okay, hold. Okay. Okay, I got it. I got it. You know what? Let's do. Okay. I know. We add. Okay, how about this one? 1468. We know how to add the 8, right? So let's start over. So we have 14, we have 1 and a 4. Right? Okay, Pochos. Okay, you know what? You tell me. What do you want to do next? We can do 8 or we do 6. You tell me. It doesn't matter, right? But go ahead and let me know which one you want to do first. We can do 8, we can do 6. It's up to you. Let me know. Eight. So we'll do 8 first. Okay. So when we do 8, can I do it? I'm trying. Yeah. Yeah, right, Tabitha? Show both. Okay, I will show both. So, but the first thing I'm going to do is I want to show 8 first. So when I show 8, it is, you know what? It is reworking. It is reworking and rewiring because we learn mainstream math so differently. I'm sorry, so I'm back. 8 is what? 8 is equal to what? Do you remember what's the formula? We know this concept, right? 8 plus 2 is equal to 10. And I know I talk fast. I'm trying to slow down. So when we have the 8, do you know how do we make this formula? We want to add the 10. What do we do? If I add the 10, what do we do? What do we do? This is my formula. How do I fit? Yes, thank you, Miracles. I want to add the 10. I need to take away the 2. Right? Thank you, Tabitha. I'm going to take away the 2. And I'm going to add the 10. Pocho, are you good? So I'm going to add the 10. Right? And I want to add the 10. 1 and a 0. And then what do I do? Right? I'm done with the 8. So now all I got to do is add the 6. So I'm going to add the 6. And that's it. So my final answer is 82. So but don't forget, right? You've only been learning abacus for an hour. I've been doing this for 20 years. Miracles has been with me for a few months now. You know what I mean? So don't panic that you don't get it. This is one, fundamental, but two, don't forget, this is very new. This is a whole mindset shift. So let's do it again with the other way. So if I did it the other way, I have 14, and I do 6 first. I'll do 6 first. I'll do 6 first, right? 6 is what? 6, I add the 6. I do that. So it doesn't matter which way, you just got to track it. Practice, I know. Yeah. Okay, good. So now what are we going to do? We're going to add the 8. When we add the 8, we go here. 4, and I want to add the 8. What do? Add the 8 is plus the 10 minus the 2. Or we could say minus the 2 plus the 10. Right? So what I just did here is I just gave you instructions. I minus the 2 and I plus the 10. So my final answer becomes 82. Right? Yeah, great. Yeah, just as you know, right? It's like playing the piano, or even typing on your keyboard, right? It's all about understanding where everything is. It's so funny. My kid, he knows how to type, but he only types with this one hand, but he does this and he does this. he he's like a 6-fingered typist. It's so funny. Okay, did that make sense? So that's what we do is when we do the adding of the 10. But obviously it's a process, right? And the process is to understand how to make a 10. Okay, so how are we doing? Tabitha? Miracles? It's great that you showed minus. Yes, thank you. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? You need to be flexible. You need to add or subtract. It all just depends on what the number is, right? Thank you. Yeah, not a problem. Okay, have a good day. I hope to see you in my next live. Let me know if you have any more abacus questions. I always have to preface with the abacus. All right. So how are we doing? So what? Yeah, and that was the thing is, we in mainstream school, right? I think I need more about the place values. The place values. I think I need to review more of the place values. Yeah. So like that. And it's interesting. It's interesting when your mind starts to go. I mean, obviously, when your mind starts to go. No, when your mind starts to understand how to read the abacus, and it's just a different way. But I do feel like it's more efficient when we do it with the abacus, with the method, obviously, because I've been doing it for 20 years. But yeah, let's stay with some more addition, but take this one slowly. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, thank you, Miracles. I appreciate that. So we have 16. We have 1 and we have 6. So let's do one number first. Which one first? You let me know. Which one first? Are we going to do the 5 or do the 6? The reason why I also understand is because sometimes we focus on one number, but we don't know the other. We can do both, but what's the first number we're going to focus on? You let me know. Tabitha, Miracles, because I don't know who else is here. Let me know. Are we going to do the 5 first or the 6? Hey, Lady Oreo. Okay, good. So we do the 6 first. We can do the 6. We do that. So then we add the 5. Now, when we add the 5, thank you, Aubrey. Thank you, Lady Oreo. So when we add the 5, we know what? We know our formula. We know how to make a 10. To make a 10 is 5 plus 5 is equal to 10. So we could do it another way, right? We want to make sure that we understand if we do the 5, we could do minus the 5 plus the 10. Right? We could do that. So what are we going to do? We're going to minus the 5. And this one's easy, right? Because 5 is easy. Minus the 5, right? Because we're here. Minus the 5, and we're going to plus the 10. And we add the 10. So my final answer is 81. Hey, Nom Nom! How are you doing? So let's do it the other way, right? If we have 16, it's still the same thing. No, sorry, 16. Still the same thing. So we add the 5. When we add the 5, it's minus the 5 plus the 10. And then what do? We need to add our 6. We add our 6. So my final answer is 81. How are we doing? Oh, okay. I have, yep, we're okay? Does that make sense? So, what type of math is this? Adding, subtracting, multiplication, division. That's the type of math we're doing. We're doing elementary math. We're doing fundamentals of adding, subtracting, multiplication, division. Thank you for the question. But that's all we do. Abacus is only arithmetic. That's all that Abacus does. Abacus only does adding, subtracting, multiplication, and division. We can also do decimals. We can do fractions, but fractions is just another way of showing division. So, all right. I figured it out. Yeah. Good. Very good practice. Practice, practice. Yeah, practice fluency. Yeah. Oh, you know, I need to do. So that's about adding the... Okay, we can do another one. Let's do another one. We can do... Oh, the tool is an abacus. So this is an abacus. We're doing the abacus method. The tool is the abacus. It's also a soroban. It is different than Singapore math. Singapore math is different. And it's different than Vedic math. I don't know any of those two, but I know that they're around. Abacus math has been around since the Mesopotamia, so like before Christ. I don't know when Vedic math and Singapore math came about. Highly recommend buying it. Join the practice. Yeah. Yeah. There's Vedic math. I don't know Vedic math, and I don't know Russian math either. But I know it's out there. But yeah, how do you use it? Hello, Corey. Hi, Corey. Hold, please. So, I'm just trying to find my... Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to find my... Okay, so thanks for the question. So let's do a little review for those people that just joined in, because this is TikTok, and everybody joins in a conversation. And I appreciate everybody joining. Thank you, everybody, for being patient. So let's do a real review. If I show you one penny, that's 1 on the abacus. If I show you another penny, that's 2 on the abacus. This is 3, 1, 2, 3. This is 3 on the abacus. And then what? We have 4. We have 4 on the abacus. That's 4. This is 4, right? And then what do? We have 5. 5 is what that's what 5 looks like, right? Right. This is 1 nickel. This is 5 cents. So we have 5. That's what 5 looks like on the abacus. We have 6. That's 6 on the abacus. 7. 7 on the abacus. 8. 8 on the abacus. 9. 9 on the abacus. Corey, did that make sense? So when we're looking, we want to do 10. If you notice, 10 looks like this. That's what 10 looks like. That's a 1 and a 0. How do I know it's 1 and a 0? Just like how you write it. When we write 10, we do 1, 0. When we look, 1, 0. So that's what 10. And we can count forward, right? 11, 12, 13, 14. And then we have 15. Make sense? So then we can have 10, and then we have 20, 30, 40, and then 50. And then what happens? Well, let's do it again. So we have 1, and then all of this is 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And then we go 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. All of these are now 4s. They're all 4s. So if I do 5, these are all 5s. And then I could do 6, right? This is 6, but this is 5, right? 6, 6, 6. These are all 6s now. And then we have 7. 7 looks like that. 5, 6, 7. 7 is what? 7 is here. And then we have 7s. These are all 7s. Yeah, thank you. The notch up there. Yep, exactly. This is my 1s. So then we have 8. This is what 8 looks like. 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 5, 6, 7. So when I put it all together, this is 8, and these are all 8s. And then what? 9. 9 is that. All of it together, touching the horizontal bar, is now 9. Every time the beads touch the horizontal bar, it's being counted. This horizontal bar is what tracks all our numbers. So we have 9. So we have 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. That's it. And then we have 0. But then when we start doing individual ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000, we have 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. Yeah, nom nom. Yeah, not a problem. Thank you for joining my live on YouTube. But sometimes it gets a little wonky. Oh, nuts. Right? So thank you guys, everybody, for joining. If you guys have any other questions, can you add or multiply? Yes, I can add and multiply on the abacus. Yes, thank you, Corey. Yes, that's what we're doing, actually. Excellent place value. Thank you so much. Yes, we do adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing on the abacus. It's just one of those things that I am showing. So if you be patient, we will do it. Okay, we can practice more adding. Okay, let's do it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Miracles, for keeping me on track. Okay, we did that, we did that, we did that. Okay, so let's do another one. Okay. I don't want that one. I want this one. So let's do 897. This is kind of cool. Thank you. Thank you, Louis. Okay. It gets quiet. I'm so excited. I'm okay. Okay. What have we done? I gotta just move some stuff. Okay. Excuse me. We have 18 on the abacus. 18. 1, 8. 18 on the abacus. And then what are we going to do? We have 97. You know what? You let me know which number you want to do first. Do you want to do the 9 or do you want to do the 7? Let me know which one you want to do first. We're going to do both sides. That's fine. But I need to know which goes first. What are we doing? You're a wonderful teacher. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Okay. Namnon said 9. So we'll do 9 first. Okay. Egmoso. 9. Okay, let's do 9 first because Namnam said 9. Jeremy will do 7. We'll do 7 the next time, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to understand the 9. Can we add the 9? No, we cannot add the 9. We know this concept. This concept is what? To add the 9, we know to add the 9, we have this concept 1 plus 9 is equal to 10. I don't know if you can see that up there. 1 plus 9 is equal to 10. This is a concept we're going to understand. So what do? Is we need to isolate the variable. What is the variable that we're isolating? Isolating the variable is the 9. We're going to isolate the 9. That's what we're going to do. We're going to isolate this 9. So our formula is what? 9 is equal to what? Minus the 1 plus the 10. So what does that look like on the abacus? On the abacus, we're going to minus the 1, because we're doing the 9 here, minus the 1, and then plus the 10, add the 10. And then we do plus 7. Plus 7 is what? Plus 7, we know, is plus 7 and 3 equals to 10. We isolate our variable, we do 10 minus 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the 7. To add the 7, what do? We minus the 3 plus the 10. So what does that look like? We're going to take away the 3, and then we're going to plus the 10. So my final answer is 115. Thank you, Egg. Thank you, Egg. I don't know how to Egmoso, right? So, abacus back. So let's do it the other way. Let's do it the other way. How does it work the other way? Let's do 18, right? 18. We're going to add what? We're going to add the 7 first. When we add the 7, what do? Minus the 3 plus the 10. We're going to add the 7. Add the 7 is what? Minus the 3 plus the 10. We're going to plus the 10. Whoa, now it's different. It's the same. Why? Because it's always about the add-in. It's always about the add-in. It doesn't matter what you have here. It's always what you're trying to add. So here, I want to add the 9. When I add the 9, what do? Plus the 10, minus the 1, plus the 10. Minus the 1, plus the 10. Minus the 1, plus the 10. And I add the 10. So no matter what your number is, it's always about the add-in. So we just did it forwards and we did it left to right and right to left. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just to make sure you know what the add-in is. The add-in is always the thing that you're doing the thing to. Does that make sense? Know what this is. Know how to use it. Know how to add it. Then you can go anywhere. It's very scalable. It doesn't matter if you go left to right, right to left. It doesn't matter. As long as you know what this add-in is. Thank you, Miracles. Super helpful that we're moving in both directions. Yeah, yes, I realize that I need to start showing both directions because I'm so used to one way, but you're right. You're absolutely right. It's better to know both ways and to be flexible. This is where we get number flexibility. Thank you for the comment. I do appreciate that. But yeah, I do forget. I forget what I don't. I forget what happens. Right? So this one specifically, we're talking about what? The plus 10s. So we can do another one. That's fine too. Let's do another one. Okay. We can do this one. Okay, we have one more, and then I'm going to end the live because I got to get ready for class. All right, we'll do one more. If anybody else has any other questions other than my question, let me know. Okay, so we have 43 plus 29. Excuse me. Okay, don't forget though, we already know how to add. We already know how to add the 5. Right? That's what I'm assuming. I think Americans thinking starts one column would benefit for seeing both. Yeah, I think so too. Okay. Yeah, I forget. I mean, it's been so long since I did the mainstream way. It's been so long. When my kids were going through school, they didn't have any questions. They didn't need any help because they knew how to do it on the abacus. So I forget which way is which. Okay, so, but yeah, I do appreciate everybody commenting. And it's just one of those things, like, I forget. Okay, we're going to add 43. When we add the 43, what do we want to do first? What number do we want to do first? Do we want to do the 2 or do we want to do the 9? You let me know. Okay, the 2. So we add the 2 first. Notice we'll do the 9 and we'll do the 9 next. We'll do the 9 next. So I have 4, just to review, we have 4. I want to add the 2. Remember, when I add the 2, there's not enough. I have this 5 cents. Because I have this 5 cents, I'm going to give you my 5 cents, but that's too much because what are we trying to do? We're trying to add the 2. I'm going to get back some change. I'm going to take away 3. So I'm going to do it again on the abacus. I'm going to add the 5. But adding the 5 is too much, so I got to take away the 3. And then what do? I have a plus 9. When I add the 9, there's not enough. Because there's not enough, what do? If I follow through with my coin, right, I want to add the 9. I have 10 cents. But that's too much. So I need to take away the 1. I'm sorry, that's 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go, 3. Right? If I have 3 on my abacus, 1, 2, 3, I have 3 here, but that's too much. I need to add the 9 because we're looking at the add-in. I want to add the 9. I'm going to give you my 10 cents. That's too much. I'm going to take away the 1. right? What we're doing is we're doing column by column. So I'm going to add the 10, take away the 1. What do I just did? I understand that 9 plus 1 is equal to 10, right? It's not about the answer. It's all about understanding how to get there. Exactly, exactly. So what's my final answer? My final answer is 72. 72. Okay, so that's one way. Let's do it the other way, right? If I have the 3, I'm sorry, 43, right? 43. If I do this, I want to add the 9. When I add the 9, what do? To add the 9 is what? Minus the 1 plus the 10. So we're going to minus the 1, and we're going to plus the 10. Whoa. We cannot add the 10. Yes, we can. We can add the 10. If I had 4, right, and want to add the 10, do you remember how to add the 1? We add the 1. We add the 5. That's too much. I got to take away 4. So we add the 5. We take away the 4. So what did we just do? This is what I call two-step. Plus the 5 minus 4. So this goes to here. And then what do? We add the 2. Add the 2. Is that right? And the answer is 72. Oh, good. Minus the 1 plus 10. Thank you, Num Num. Sorry, I just started looking up because I get focused. Is it what? What? Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Okay, we're good. So, Dawn. No, I know. I'm just bad at it. No. It's not about, oh yeah, got it. Okay, good. Okay, got it. Okay, so, yeah, Dawn, it's great that you could do it in your head, but that's not what I'm teaching, because you can't see what I'm thinking, right? What we're doing is we're teaching children, usually it's teaching children, or we just actively teach how to add. You could show them, but how do you show them in your head what you just did, right? So, what I'm trying to show you is through the abacus way. Just like doing algebra. It's very valuable. Thank you so much. Yeah. And that's what it is, right? To understand how to communicate the information. It's communicating the information to another person. And that's how we spread our knowledge, right? So Dawn, how do you spread your knowledge to everything that's in your head? You don't. That's the difference between teachers and students. Students will always tell you the answer, but if you can tell me how to get there, then it'll be good. I'm so grateful to be able to learn how to. Oh, good. Oh, good. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I am going to sign off, though, but I do appreciate it. I view this as a mathematical language. Yes? Okay. That's a very, yes, okay, mathematical question. Ha! That's funny. That's very interesting. Thank you, Miracles. That's a very good way of looking at it. Tabitha, are we okay? Did that make sense? Where can I get this? Mel. You can get it at my TikTok shop. I do sell the abacus. I sell the colorful one, and I do sell the not so colorful one. Thank you. The most TikTok. Oh yeah, thank you. Not a problem. Thank you for letting me explain the abacus to you. I do appreciate being able to explain this because a lot of people are like, this is not good. This is too complicated. But you're open to understanding different things. And that's what it is. It's just, this is a forgotten tool. We're teaching the kids how to draw. We're teaching the kids all of these manipulatives. But the thing is like, they don't understand that, abacus, we actually did concrete math. But then all of a sudden something happened and we started going for more abstract. What time are you on tonight? I'm going to aim for 8 p.m. Miracles, I appreciate you asking. I'm going to aim for 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you. No, I appreciate it. Thank you. That's the plan. The plan is to come on, and I'll put it in my story. But that's the thing, right? To understand how, if it's okay to ask Mel, how old is your toddler? Because I do have a abacus for preschoolers, and it's just learning how to read the numbers. That's it. And then towards the end, we start going to adding and subtracting. But that's after they understand the relationships of the numbers. I hate how they start doing it all the long word paragraphs. It made it so much more complicated. Yeah. 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 I don't. Yeah. There's just. It is what it is. I'm trying to help get this going. So hopefully we'll see you tonight. Yes, thank you. No, thank you, Miracles. Thank you for so much for your input. I do appreciate it. It does help. It does help me better explain a lot of things. And I get, I want to tell you again, I do appreciate, why? Because I feel like everybody is so far ahead and I just want to push everybody, but I forget that it's still very new and I just got to calm down a little bit and just take it slow. So I do thank you. Pacing is the lesson is essential. Yes, thank you. Pacing the lesson is essential. Yes, and showing the different ways, right? The left side, the right side, and understanding like how to do it on the abacus as opposed to mainstream math. Very new. Yeah. Yeah, and I do appreciate all the comments and the compliments. And any time that I go too fast, because I know I talk fast. I know because I'm just so pumped up. I'm so excited for everybody to learn abacus that I just want to talk like a mile a minute. But thank you guys. I do appreciate it. Wow. Thank you, Tabitha, for the cat. I just saw that. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Did you make this device? No, I did not. This device has been around since the Mesopotamia, so before Christ. There's manufacturers that do a bunch of these. You can find them all over the place. I sell it in my TikTok shop. I didn't make it. I didn't 3D print it. There's some people that are actually thinking about 3D printing it. You could, but you have to make sure that's easy, right? It's easy. It rattles. It should rattle. And then if you bump it, you should, lose your answer. That's how easy it is to use the abacus. So, but yeah, thank you. No, yeah, I didn't make it. This is not Lynette's methodology. This is an abacus methodology, and it's been around for centuries. It's been around for centuries. Is TikTok showing you when you send gifts? It does sometimes. When I look up, because I'm on my desktop, so I see the roses, and I see the lightning. But then yes, thank you. I appreciate. Thank you so much. I do appreciate. Oh, and the chili. Yes, sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Because I get focused, and then when I look up, I don't look at the gifts. I look at the chat. So, I am gonna sign off. I need to get ready for class, but I do appreciate everybody joining. Love Peanut. If you can follow me, you can. I'll be on later tonight. Bye. Yeah. I got to get ready for class. I got to get ready for my student. And so what we're doing is we're going to be doing more abacus. But thank you everybody for joining. I appreciate everything. Oh wow, look at that. Thank you so much for the likes. I have 12,000 likes. Whoa! 71 people are still in the room. I apologize for cutting it short, but I do need to get ready for class. But yeah, if you can follow my live, I have products. I have workbooks of Abacus. If you're looking for that, I do have workbooks for Abacus, and I have these two in my shop. If you're looking for, my name is Lynette. If you're looking for more books, and I don't have it here, what am I doing? My name is Lynette. I've been teaching Abacus for more than 20 years, and I'm trying to find my little booklets, and I can't find my booklets. Okay, well, it is what it is, but I do gotta go. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. No, we're not back. We're not back. Yes, there is an abacus emoji. I love math. Yeah, you know what? It's interesting. If you look at your phone, you can actually do it. And we're gone. Yeah. If you look at your phone, let's see. If you have an iPhone and you do math, oh no, not that. You do this. You go to math. There's an abacus that will show up. Yeah. You click on that. Yeah. I'm fragile. Yeah, right? Yeah. It's also on the Android too. All right. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Yes, I'm sorry, Fragile. I am going. Yeah. Okay, bye. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for learning the abacus. Thank you, everybody. Bye. Oh, if you want to come back, Fragile, I'm back at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll put that in my, I'll put that in. So, I'm coming on later tonight. 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Bye, everybody.